With that kind of introduction, I should announce my candidacy for a new constituency, which I definitely will not. But I want to, on behalf of the Mental Health Commission of Canada, which I'm a member of the board of directors of, thank CEDRN for the work that it's done in putting together this excellent conference. I want to thank all of those who've participated today in the panels, which have taken us from discussions on potential genetic effects right on through to the technology, which is interesting for a technophobe like myself, and the number of people who have personally given their experiences in the area of depression. Depression is an amazing thing in a way. It's kind of like the story there is of the dedication of Niagara Falls, when several politicians and many public members came together to dedicate the falls. And of course, as usual at those events, politicians waxed eloquent about different things, and an American senator was saying, for each crevice, each small part of those falls, it took thousands and thousands of years to develop. And some quick-witted fellow in the audience said, must have been a government project, eh? Well, you know, it seems like depression, which has been with us forever, and which has so many different facets to it, can be called that same kind of thing. And yet today we have seen people from right across not only this country but North America tell us about all of the different dimensions that we can use to assist in this pervasive problem that truthfully every one of us have experienced, whether it's for a moment or for a lifetime. I have to say that, you know, first of all, the starting introduction this morning had the parliamentary secretary, a member of parliament, talk about a few things, but one of those, and I want to just underline this, was the 2008 conversations. That's the 2008 conversations that members of parliament have been asked to hold on suicide prevention in each of their ridings. There's maybe 40 of those that have been held to date. I just talked my member of parliament into saying that we will do one in my riding in a couple of months. You'll hear more of that tomorrow with the Vice President of the Mental Health Commission telling you about it. But I really urge everyone who has not been involved, who doesn't know anything about it, to contact the member of parliament and even offer to assist, because with mine, he said, well, I don't know how to do that, you know, and I offered to assist because that will not only improve the knowledge of suicide prevention and therefore depression, but it will also enhance the knowledge that our leaders have in this area, which is very necessary. I also want to say that while we have covered the waterfront in many respects regarding depression, there's still a long ways to go, and we'll hear a lot more tomorrow. But for example, we haven't talked about animal-assisted therapy. I know that this is a particular interest to me. To tell you the truth, when I was 11 years old, I went to jump off a bridge believing that I was worthless and that depression was too much. And it was the dog, who pulled at my leg and stopped me from doing that to show me that something in the world cared. And I since have started and tried to negotiate studies for this area. But, you know, the unqualified love, the non-judgmental nature can be used by many people to assist. I'm not saying to solve in most regards, but to assist. There's a lot of other things too. I mean, I think one of the greatest statements that was made today was right at the beginning when the when the Maritime Hub came out and said, what works for whom is the purpose. What works for whom? We have to look at each individual and help with what's needed there. And you know, I mean, at the Academy Awards the other night, one of the recipients said, and this is in no way conflicting with the technology that's just been discussed, saying, you know, go home and don't tweet, don't Twitter your friends and your relatives, call them. And you know, one of the, in my personal opinion, one of the greatest things that help someone out of a depression is that friendship and that knowledge. And you know, we have reached the stage where you go into a restaurant and 4 people are sitting there, each one tweeting on their phone, not communicating with each other. And so I think even with all of this great stuff that we're discussing, we have to consider those basic human requirements that can assist in dealing with the whole aspect of depression. I know that all of you would like me to go on with 3 hours of my political speeches, but some of you might be just a touch hungry, and so I do want to reiterate. In the Mental Health Commission and I myself am very grateful to everybody, not only who've organized this event as the 2nd annual meeting of CIDRN, not only who have participated, but those of you who've attended. And I know it's hard to go home tomorrow night and say, God, I've just been to a great thing, like you've been to a wild party when you've been at a depression conference. But in fact, I urge each of you to look in the mirror, smile, and say, I've helped with one of the greatest single problems that people in this nation face. And I mean that sincerely. And again, the Mental Health Commission is grateful as well for the work that's been done. Thank you.